Heyo YouTube, it's Beard Blush and Nell here, and today we're going to do another Nell tutorial, a Nell art tutorial, whatever you want to call it. This is for lava lamp Nells, and these are the short version, I'm going to call them, because you may have seen the longer version where it actually looks like a lava lamp, but this is just going to be kind of a lava lamp-esque look without being actually like the shape of a lava lamp. So these are the different products I'm going to use here. I've got a black, of course, and I've got the 4 different colors, which are all like a neon color. And then I've got a white and a no-wipe top coat, as well as an ombre brush, an orange stick, and of course the light and the little dotting tool. So first, if you want your Nell art to stick, you're going to want to rough the Nell up. I'm just showing you that here. You can kind of see the difference there between the shiny one and the roughed one. Now I wipe it with a little bit of 99% alcohol. The higher percentage, the better. And you want to dehydrate it and put primer on and all that. Now make sure you always cap the edges whenever you're doing any sort of Nell art, because that is the only way that it's going to have any sort of lasting effect. And I'm showing you here that you can kind of, you make a little mess up, just take the orange stick and wipe it off. Now don't worry about it looking a little patchy, because this is just the base coat here of white, and we're going to be putting the color on top of that, so it's okay if it's a little spotty. Now cure that for 30 seconds, and on a little side dish, get your these are like the other colors. Now I'm going to put a little bit of white into the green here to make it lighter, and we're going to start with a second base coat sort of the main color of the Nell. And this is a pink, a neon pink, and then we're just going to take a little bit of that yellow and drip it into the very center of the Nell. Now what we're going for is like a tie-dye ombre sort of, where the ombre comes from the outer edges in. And so we're going to take our ombre brush and just gently tap all around the edges there of the yellow. And if you're careful and don't go too crazy with it, it will eventually just sort of bleed into a nice little ombre between the yellow in the middle and the pink on the outside. Now if you want it to be really yellow in the middle, you can add a little bit more yellow the very center there. I opted not to do that. But moving on, we're going to do the next one. This is going to be a blue and green. So we're going to do a base coat of blue here, and once again, always cap the edges whenever you're doing this, even for just like a base coat. And we're going to drip that light green into the middle this time. And we're just going to do the exact same thing again, just ombre the edges, make it kind of fade into the edges. And now you probably understand already why we're doing this. What we're going to be doing whenever once we paint the black onto the design, it's going to show through these colors underneath in various different spots, and that will get the lava lamp sort of color changing, whatever that gel is inside of a lava lamp, that color changing effect. Alright, so this is the dotting tool we're using. I like these because they have a small end and a large end. We're going to start with that small end though, and what I like to do is basically just, we're doing the negative space around the lava. So what you're going to do is paint the design of what you want the lava to look like on there, and then just fill in all of the areas in between with black, just like this. Now we're just going to take the big end of the dotting tool and fill in all of the areas where the gel is kind of thin looking. And you can, even if you want to, cure this first and then come back and put another coat of black on top of it. But I'm just trying here to put a little bit more black in already onto the Nell now. That way it'll just be dark enough that I don't need a second coat of black. once again, we're going to cure that for 30 seconds. And there's the first one done. We still need a top coat, of course, but I really like how this looks. I love this design. I found this on Instagram. I will link to the person who I found it from. I honestly cannot remember right now off the top of my head, but the lava lamp design has been around forever. I just feel like the shorter nail version of it is not nearly as common, so it was really kind of hard for me to find one that I liked. And when I found this, the inspiration picture that I found for these, they were way better than anything I could have done, honestly. But I just did this to try and recreate it, and I love how they turned out. I really do. I'm really happy. As you can see, I'm wearing this design right now, and I'm in love with it. I really, really like it. So just once again here, just like the first one, we're just going to paint on the design and then fill in the negative space around the design with black. And it is always better to draw draw less black. Have as little black on there as possible, because you want your lava to be the main feature of the design. But also, if you kind of start with as little black as possible, you can kind of fill in and round the edges of the lava areas, because you want them to be as round as possible, because whenever that lava is moving around in the lamp, it doesn't have jagged edges. It's very rounded and just natural looking, and so you want to make sure you mimic that, and that's why we're using a dotting tool specifically, because it has those rounded balls on the end that you can use to make sure it looks rounded, if that makes sense. Once again, we're taking the larger end of the dotting tool and filling in the areas in between our design. And as you can see, a lot of the black doesn't touch the tip of the nail, so that's why you want to make sure you cap the nail with your base color before you move on to this this part. And obviously, like I said, we're going to put a top coat on all of it, so it doesn't really matter, but it does at the same time. Honestly, like, you have to have your nail capped, and you're gonna want it to be capped with more than just the top coat, is what I'm trying to get out. Okay, and that is it. So we're going to go ahead and cure that again for 30 seconds and move on to our top coat. And the top coat is always my favorite, because once you put the top coat on any design, especially like a glitter design, but even this type of design, it just pops and it's going to look so good. Even though they already look really good. I mean, as you can see, I really like the way they look already, but just putting that top coat on there smooths it all out and makes it look so good. And once again, like I said, cap the nail, because that is very important. And as you can see here, I always, for top coat especially, like to hold the nail upside down for a little bit, let the gel pull naturally into the top, the like arch, and then put it into the light real quick, and you'll get a very natural curve on the nail instead of letting it pull on the edges. And that's the final look. They're gorgeous. I really love this look. I hope you all like it too. If you do, make sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment saying if you would wear this design or not. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more nail art videos in the future. Here's a little look at the finished product on my hands versus what I did here as the swatches. And they're beautiful. I really like the pop of the yellow and the pink. I love neon colors, so... Alright, well that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and y'all have a great life.